Yo, I want to welcome everyone back to Drunk Sports Talk, New York's new number one sports talk show. We are the voice of the streets. It's your boy Cash. I got Jay with me. I got Q with me. We cutting the intro short because we have a very special guest, a returning guest. You understand what I'm saying? Put some respect on the man's name. Former Celtic, former Miami Heat, but we recognize him as a New York Knick. You already know we get down. I got him recorded saying I am a New York Knick. So
yeah, for sure.
You already know the deal. Legendary in the high school game, highly recruited out of college, put helmets on. A lot of you dudes caught a helmet from him. Don't let me call you out. But the one and only Bill Walker. What's going on, Playboy?
I appreciate you guys having me back, man. It's all love, brother.
It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you, brother.
Absolutely.
Yo, we was building before we started recording, man, and we had some gems there, man. So I want to try to pick that energy back up. But we talked about you being a Knick at heart, playing with Melo, playing with all those guys in 2013 or whatever. I want to talk about this iteration of the Knicks, 2024. We saw what they did last year. We had you on last year. We chopped it up about the Knicks. You gave your astute analysis. This year it's a little different, right? They said goodbye to DiVincenzo, said goodbye to Julius Randle, two core pieces. Bring back a straight baller. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people was trying to put the soft jacket on him, but I don't believe he's soft. But he's, one of the best offensive big man. I'd say top 3 in the league. He calls himself the best 3-point shooting big man, and I can't really even disagree. Maybe the only one I can think of is maybe Porzingis, or the Joker. I don't know. But he's definitely one of them. But
he's shooting that thing.
He's shooting that thing.
Yeah,
the Knicks. Let me start like this. Give me an assessment of the Knicks, because you lose some key pieces. A lot of Knicks fans are concerned about the toughness of this team, the lack of chemistry, the mental lapses. Jalen Brunson and Cat not seeming to be on the same page. Mikal Bridges looking kind of lost. Just the bench being weak, the defense not being really at the forefront like it was last year.
Yeah.
You watching the Knicks this year, what's your take on that?
My take is they got to find a new identity, man. This isn't last year's team. So the principles and everything that was built with last year's team, a couple of those components are gone. So it's not the same team. It's not going to be the same feel.
Right.
And then you got a guy like Cat. He's not Julius. Julius is not him. He brings a different way to attack on the court. And it's going to take some time for them to mesh, man. Like, we're just in the starting race, bro. Like, relax. Let these guys figure it out. You know what I mean? By the time we get to Christmas, we'll see. We really will see. That's when the season really pops off. That's when you see the systems being implemented and people have them down. They're going to have the defensive lingo down. Christmas is pretty much the start of the race. Now everybody's just, getting they're getting their reps in right now, I would say. Christmas comes and those primetime games hit, the season's for real now. Right? So
yeah,
I think they'll be fine, man. You got your lead guy, Brunson, is who he is. It's just about being healthy. Can the Knicks be healthy when the time comes and they gotta show up? Because they ran out of gas last year.
I want to ask you, and thank you again for coming through and chopping it up with us. We really appreciate it. Well, Bill, I want to ask you a question. So right now with Cat coming over, and we know what our general has been in Jalen. Like, Jalen has absolutely been a monster for us. We got him at a discount. If you really want to, look at the way it all worked out, we really got him at a discount. Everybody thought we paid too much. And this guy gave everything, right? With Cat coming over and the way, what we're seeing throughout the first, 11 games now. I think we're 5-6 now with the loss to Chicago yesterday. What do you see as far as him being? Should it be Cat 1A and Jalen 1B, or Jalen 1A and Cat 1B?
I would lead with Jalen. I would go with the captain. We operate off Jalen. But I'd like to see them in more actions, man. I think the game has gotten lazy. Like, you watch NBA ball, man, it's all turned into just one action and then one-on-one. It's just a pick and roll and then one-on-one from there. With the talent that the Knicks have, I think they just need a better system where they can get all those guys involved, get that ball moving around, because they got a lot of weapons, They just need I feel like a different offensive attack would be better. That ball spreading out, moving around, letting guys like Bridges and OG get their chance to handle the rock and create, and I think that would take some pressure off Brunson, and allow him to be fresher in the fourth quarter, because that's when you really need him to close out those games. You need his ability to get in the lane and hit those tough jumpers. You need his decision making, and you don't want to run him in the ground. Like I said, you saw what happened last year. They get to the playoffs, and your engine spurts because you just ran these guys all year. Now they got the talent to. Okay, he doesn't have to take such a heavy workload. He can pass that off the cat on some nights. You're going to see this dynamic between these two grow, and it's going to be pretty good for New York. They just got to be patient, man. I know the Knicks fans, they want it now. You know what I mean? But this thing that they brought together is going to be pretty good in the long run, man. Just let it do what it's got to do.
Go ahead, you.
So, one of the topics and one of the biggest topics that's been going on since Tibbs has been here, running guys into the ground, right? The Tibbs mentality, right? Now, we saw it last year and we couldn't even hold them accountable for it. We just, we lost our bench, and it was due to injury, the majority of it, right? We lost Mitchell Robinson and we lose Randall, and then, everything just started just going completely wrong, and then we lost OG after February or March, and now he doesn't seem like he's still playing much of his bench right now. He's not really playing too much Kolick. He's not playing too much Huck Porty, which we kind of want to see. McBride is not really producing every night that we need him to. Precious is still hurt. Mitchell Robinson is still hurt. Mm-hmm. Do you foresee the same thing happening again like last year? These guys running out of juice if he's going to keep trusting his starting lineup?
I hope not. Some of these coaches are set in their ways. They're not going to play young guys. They're not going to experiment. They're not going to see, what somebody at the end of the bench has. They're just not going to do it. They're so comfortable in doing things one certain way, and they've gotten away with it. I'm not saying that that's Tibbs. I'm just speaking on like coaches in general. And they get away with it. They and that's why we get, you're running guys in the ground. Yeah, because you constantly are forcing guys to play 40 minutes every night. Now, you can be in great shape, but that's a lot of stress on your body playing in the NBA. We're talking about the most athletic people on the earth, man, and the speed of the game, the physicality of the game. And we're talking about, 82, bro. And the thing that I think the league has gotten away, bro, it's gotten to a point to where they're not practicing for real. Mm-hmm. So you're not testing your body in stressful situations. You're just playing. So yeah, you're not building your muscles up to play those minutes because you can't practice for real. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was in Boston, and the thing that I watched that separated, that Celtics team from a lot of teams was our stars were working every day, bro. Like top down, Ticket, Paul, every day.
Yeah.
It just didn't matter. They were conditioning their bodies because they thinking in the long run, we get to the playoffs and, and it gets to those dog days. We already conditioned. We already been preparing our bodies the whole season for the long haul. You know what I'm saying? And I think that part of the game is missing. And that's why a lot of OGs critique the game now. Because the things that they went through to get the league to where it's at now for these young guys to capitalize off, monetarily, they're not putting that work in, and they owe, they owe a duty to the fans to be available and be out there 82 games. That's what you get paid for.
You absolutely. You mentioned that Celtic team, Paul, the Big Ticket. These guys were dogs. They had that dog in them, and I want to correlate that back to Cat a little bit because I heard an interesting stat the other day. I believe it was Perk said that opposing centers are shooting like 90% against them, and it was in the paint. And I'm watching the Bulls game last night. I'm watching the Sixers game last night. Zach LaVine's flying down the lane, yapping it down the middle. Williams, Kobe White. There seems to be no rim protection. And I know you said you got to gel. Everyone calm down. That seems to be the consensus in the narrative. Everyone calm down, kind of like the Miami Heat. Took them about 23 games to figure out when, the Heatles were around. But, with Cat, as gifted as he is offensively, I don't see that Big Ticket tenacity, that fierceness, that doggone defense. Do you see that too, or maybe am I just looking for something?
Never been required. What level has he done that on?
Yeah.
You tell me. What coach required him to play that way?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a knock against him.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can do it or not. I've never seen anybody require him or a coach,
But isn't Tibbs a defensive guy, though? Isn't like Tibbs' whole mantra?
Yeah, man. Times change, bro. Yeah. Times change. You know what I mean? Nobody. I've never seen anybody ask him to be what he is on offense on defense.
Yeah.
Now you look at it. You got Mitch Robinson. I don't know when he's going to be back, but that's a big component of it as well. That's your defensive anchor. He's going to challenge everything at the rim. Cat's just not that type of guy. Not to say that he's soft. I'm not saying that he's soft.
Right.
I'm saying that that's not his play style. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I could say, okay, Kendrick wasn't soft because he banged in the paint. Okay. But he wasn't offensively like Karl Anthony Towns.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So that's perspective. Him being soft is perspective. I just don't think he's ever been asked to go out there and play defense with the same intensity he plays offense.
That's a great point.
My bad, Jay. Real quick, you mentioned Mitch. Put on your coaching hat for a minute if you don't mind. When Mitch comes back, assuming he stays healthy, do you stick him at the 5, move Cat to the 4? Somebody has to come off the floor at that time, either Hart most likely or Mikal Bridges.
Nah.
You throw them on the bench, get them a spark with that bench which is inept. What do you do when they comes back?
My mentality, because the game has changed. It's not the 90s basketball we grew up on where you got 2 solid front court, personnel. That's over with. I can't put both of them on the floor because defensively, that allows you to kind of, muck up what we got going on. If I got Cat and Mitch out there, right? Yeah. What you're subbing out on defense with Cat, you're adding to the offense in a whole different direction. You see what I'm saying? Mitch isn't going to give you what Cat is giving you. It's just not. And Cat ain't going to give you what Mitch gives you. But I don't. It didn't work in Minnesota with Rudy on the floor with him either. So my thing is just separate them, put them on 2 different squads, and let them rock like that. There may be times where
they're staggered, right?
Where you can play them together in a situation, but I'm not doing that. Putting them together.
That's a good. Bill, I want to ask you a question. You mentioned something earlier about the way, and this is a great point, and I want to see if you think the same way as I do here. The way they train, of course, and again, there's something called practice how you play, right? And the fact that they're practicing a little bit less intense than they were practicing, with the older groups and OGs, that I grew up watching. Is it possible that contributes to some of the soft tissue injuries and the things that they go through throughout the season?
That's exactly what it is. When you got the medical staff running basketball operations, then that's what's gonna happen.
That's great.
That's what it is.
That's you kind of seeing that in Philly, right?
I don't even
all over the league.
And listen, man. And I've dealt with knee injuries my whole life, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Now you telling me I got a supermax contract,
right?
What's the worst that could happen?
Right.
Yeah.
I hate it. Like, bro, get on out there, bro. Or lose weight. If your knees are hurting that bad, bro, don't weigh 295 pounds, bro. Get to 250.
Yeah.
Because as a fan, nobody's trying to hear that, bro. Like, resting for what? Are you hurt or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it. You getting paid to hoop, bro. Go out there. You owe it to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You owe it to they paid you. Get your ass out there and play, bro. Or fucking retire. Now, excuse my French. I hate that.
No, you're allowed to curse there. It's okay. Go for it.
I hate it with a passion, bro. I hate it, dog. I hate it, bro. Play, man. Like, the fans want to see you. You supposed to be who you supposed to be. Go out and show it, man.
Yeah.
Go out and show it, bro. My OGs wasn't missing no games. Wasn't ducking no smoke. Wasn't no. What? You think you gonna go in there as the medical team and tell, hey, Ticket, you got to sit out tonight for rest?
They built different.
He'd have been like, Nah.
Hey, Paul. Tonight we looked at your readings on your chart, and tonight we gonna sit you down. You think they going for that?
You're like, nah, I
Nah.
gotta play.
And we playing who? Oh,
Yeah.
nah. That's
Yeah.
gonna look like I'm ducking. You got me
Yep.
confused, right? I just don't understand it. But these guys is getting paid way more than the people that preceded them.
Predecessors. Yeah.
You know, that speaks to a couple of different things, man. The game being, you know, quote unquote softer. And I think people in general, fans, so to speak, are feeling the same way you're feeling, man. And with that being said, the ratings have been down this year. It's a huge dip in ratings. I believe somebody even said that it's gotten even lower than the WNBA at certain points.
The customer is always right. The
customer's always right.
Stars, bro.
I want to play a clip of Shaq, his theory on why the ratings are down, and I would like, you know, to see what you think about that.
All right, let's see.
Here we go.
It's like, well, that's not going to help you win, but I think everybody's looking at the same thing. And Steph Curry and those guys messed it up. Like, I don't mind Golden State back in the day shooting threes, but every team's not a three-point shooter. So why everybody has the same strategy? I think viewership will continue to go down unless we switch things back up.
On that TN.
He's basically saying everybody running out to the three-point line and shooting is basically fucking up the game. It was cool when Steph and them did it. They was kind of revolutionized it, but now it's getting crazy. And I think you could speak to this best. Obviously, you played in the pros, but you're also coaching now and you're teaching the youth. Do these kids just grab the ball, run to the three-point line? How does it go now?
You wouldn't believe.
Everybody's Steph.
I mean, bro. And they don't. I mean, it's hard to go against what they're seeing on YouTube and the things of that nature. But bro, everybody's playing the same now. Like he said, that, you know, the Lakers used to run a triangle. This team used to run a different offense. You know, Philly used to run the AI cuts. Like, it used to be different styles of basketball. You know, you would play the Knicks. You know, they had a rough style. You would play Golden State. They want to, you know, they had TMC, I think, right? They up and down, right? Like, it was different. Now everybody's doing, it's like I said, it's just pick and roll, one-on-one threes. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
They're not even rolling. They picking and popping.
Picking and popping.
You know what I'm saying?
Play. There's none of that. There's no, like, you know, and they like to say, oh, Shaq couldn't play today. Y'all have no idea the amount of damage this man would do in this league right now, bro.
It would be ugly.
Barbecue chicken, like
it would be.
With everybody
ugly.
spread out, like, think about what I'm saying. Everybody spread out, bro. And who guarding this man one-on-one but God?
Yeah. But God.
I'm telling you, bro. Like, man, people don't understand how massive this dude was, bro. Like, bro. And he was nice, thank God. But he was mean too. You feel me? Like, you know, he was mean, bro. He get upset, bro. It's a problem.
It's a problem.
And he was a force, man. He would be tearing this league up, man.
It's funny you bring that up, Bill, because I wanted to ask you. I've been thinking about this all day, and I wanted to get your insight. Is there any player, right? And this is a personal question. When you went in the league, that gave you absolute fits. That was just like you saw that who you were playing. It's like, damn, I got to do.
Can I guess?
Shit. I got to do this shit tonight.
Can I guess, Bill? Can I guess real quick?
I mean, you can guess, but I never had those thoughts. You got to show me. I'm one of them type of people, bro.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right.
But
who was your toughest? All right, so then let's go with your toughest guard. Was it Mamba?
I'll give you this. The first person to light me up and let me know, like, oh, this shit for real was Caron Butler.
Really?
Caron Butler?
Really?
When he was on Wizards?
Preseason, yes, sir. Chewing that fucking straw. It was just quick, clean work, bro. Like, damn. That's when I was like, dudes is nice. Dudes is nice. I gotta get on this film. I gotta see something, bro, because, you know, he was jabbing me to death, dotting me. I'm like, damn, like, you know, and just the amount of space that, you know, the pros need to score. It was just it was just a welcome to the league type of feeling. So I'm like, all right, I got it. Like,
is there anybody, in a follow-up question, is there anybody that you would see and you would be like, oh, outstanding, this guy's guarding me? This is gonna be an easy night.
Food. I'm eating tonight.
Man, listen, man, I ain't really look at it like that. I was just, you know, trying to capitalize off any opportunity I could, man. So I was looking at everything like, man, I get a chance, I'm gonna have to take it.
It's gonna be crazy, yeah.
But I liked playing against the stars, the people that I grew up watching.
Idolizing, yeah.
So, guarding Vince Carter and Richard Jefferson and, playing against all these dudes, bro, that was the highlight. But
Richard Jefferson on the Nets.
yeah, but you want to know somebody was tough. Rip Hamilton was tough.
Rip.
Yeah,
coming off them screens, them down screens and shit.
Yeah, bro, he
never stopped moving. The guy never stopped moving.
He coming off those screens tight.
Yeah, those curls.
Bro, he was tough. John Salmons was tough, bro. It's always. I mean, the stars are always tough to guard. I mean, because that's what they do. Joe Johnson was tough too.
Yeah.
Everyone say that about Joe. I hear that a lot.
Yeah,
I heard Joe underrated. He used to give dudes work.
He was strong.
Yeah.
And he play in a phone booth, so he just get that rhythm.
Quick Tim Hardaway cross.
That's it. Bop, bop. He get to a shot.
He seemed quiet. Was he allowed?
I mean, listen,
Joe,
one thing
Joe
I didn't do was talk to them folks.
Yeah.
No, sir. I respected my elders, bro.
Yeah.
I wasn't out there talking crazy, trying to get somebody, you know what I mean? Nah, bro. Because some of these dudes, you wake them up like that. You know what I mean? And once you get their attention, bro, it's gonna be a long night, man. I tell people all the time, like, guarding Kevin Durant, bro, like he just play. You start talking crazy to him, bro, he gonna make it about you. That's not a situation you want to be in, bro.
He's gonna make it about you.
Who talked the most reckless in your era?
Oh, Paul Pierce.
Everybody says
Paul Pierce.
It was on the same team talking crazy.
He was worse than Garnett.
Worse, bro. P, bro. Everybody know Ticket. Everybody know Ticket Rowdy. And he gonna talk his stuff, but P he do it, and it's nasty. Like, he get to talking about you to somebody else. Like, who is this? He guard me. Like weird, like, bro. He used to get busy, man.
He used to get buckets,
bro. I seen that man take us home so many times, bro. I gained a lot of respect for these dudes that I idolize, and then actually seeing night in and night out. Like, man, I said, yo, these dudes are really talented, man.
And you're seeing the preparation behind the camera. You know what I'm saying? Behind the curtains, you're watching them prepare for these moments, and then we're seeing the finished product.
I'm seeing people carry franchises, bro. Like, really, literally put a franchise on their back and really, like, I embody that. You know what I mean? That's commendable, man. I salute.
That's a fact. Looking around the league now, you being not in the league now, you're kind of taking a step back and getting the chance to really, look at it kind of in a fan's perspective, or like,
for sure, in a fan's perspective,
right. Who's the face of the league now? All these Wemby, John Moran, Anthony Edwards, Luka. Who would you say is the face of the league, or could be the face of the league?
You got two guys that are extremely different from everybody else, and that's Chet Holmgren and Wemby. Those two are a little bit different from everybody else
because of the size,
the size and
the skill set,
how they can move, and the skill set. They're just they're gonna be in a different category. I like Ant. He's charismatic. He gonna play hard. He's kind of a throwback in that regard.
Yeah. Jokic is getting busy this year.
Yeah, he stays getting busy, man.
He's averaging a triple double, and not no weak ass triple double. He's like 30, 15, and 12 type shit.
He ain't playing. He ain't playing, bro.
Yeah.
But face of the league, man. It's still LeBron, bro.
Really?
He might not be the best player, but like we talking about carrying the league, he's still the face of the league, bro.
Like when you hear NBA, you think of LeBron, especially all the like he's damn near the commissioner's assistant.
He's the commissioner. We got the assistant. Adam Silver is his assistant.
Line up against him or play against him. I can be honest. You know what I'm saying? I mean, bro's been holding it down for the longest, bro. I mean, he's up there.
You guarded LeBron before?
Yes, sir. I've had.
You didn't mention him when we were talking about toughest guards.
Because I didn't feel that he was a tough guard. Now don't take it wrong because people like
we clipping
whenever
that
I talk
up.
about
Bill
LeBron,
Walker
people
says
like to
LeBron
chop it
can't play.
up. Oh, he said this because
Yo,
when I
it
was
said
in
LeBron
college,
is salt.
listen, I was in college and I said something about him not being as clutch as Gilbert Arenas. They chopped it up, and made it something it wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm saying that he is controlling so much in the span of the game that he's not really putting pressure on you per se. He's just exploiting the defense and seeing how the defense reacts. He's not necessarily like a Kobe trying to score every time down. You understand what I'm saying? So that kind of eases the pressure. So there's minutes, there's chances in that game where you're D'ing him up and he's not really being active as far as like aggressive on offense. And then there comes a time where he turns it on. I mean, and there's nothing you can really do about it.
So he's impacting the game from so many ways.
He's controlling the game, man.
Yeah.
He's controlling the game, bro. He knows, like, all right, if this guy don't move over here, I got that. He just seeing how you gonna respond. If you don't switch up your coverages, like on he's doing a pick and roll. If you're going under and you go under that second time, he gonna figure that out. You gotta switch it up. You gotta try to keep him off balance. He's a savant that way, where he's just like. He reminds me of Floyd Mayweather, just downloading information, processing information, and then computing the output of, okay, this is what they're doing. I'm going to come with this.
That's
He's
a spot on
X's,
reference, too.
all X's and O's, right?
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
what Floyd used to do. Download the information. Yep. Let me ask you this. Let's stay on LeBron for a minute. Bron been taking a lot of heat, and Bronny been taking a lot of heat. We were gonna get into it before we hit record. We were kind of talking behind the scenes about it a little bit. You being a former player, did you? Because a lot of people feel a certain way, but you being a player, did you feel a certain way when LeBron basically, D-blocked Bronny onto the Lakers? And a lot of people say, "Damn, there's a kid coming out of college or the G League that he's taking a spot from." What's your whole thing on this Bronny thing, man?
I see it both ways. I see it like they ain't have to do that. Probably taking a spot from somebody, right? I don't think his talent warranted him to be in this draft this year. I really felt like, and this is just my opinion, and I'm not, I really felt like he should have went back to school.
Yeah.
He should have went back to school. And he should have just played this year healthy and really gave it a full go. So, you can kind of douse those rumors of, oh, he ain't ready. He's not NBA ready. Everybody going to talk about him because you named after one of the greatest players to play. So, yeah, and then on the other hand, I'm like, what's the difference like with Jerry Jones' son? What's the difference? Jerry Jones' son is in position, right? Nobody has a problem with that.
But one's in the front office, one's on the court. It's a little bit of a difference. Yeah.
One's
I agree.
in the front office, one's on the court.
Yeah.
Same game.
Yeah.
Right? So you can look at one and say, oh, he don't deserve this. Well, how many more qualified people were there to take that job and he just gave it to his son? Like, you see what I'm saying? So you can't pick and choose with this sort of thing. Do I think that his son is an NBA player right now? I don't know. I don't think so. But can he grow and develop to be one? For sure. For sure. He got every opportunity to do so. He's there. He's going to be working with his dad. He's going to be working with a great staff. He's going to improve as a basketball player. But at this moment right now, I don't think he's there yet. And I think another year of college would have done him well. But I understand, like, you're trying to play with your dad. You don't know how long your dad's going to play. Hey, anything can happen. So I can't be mad. I mean, if I was in position to do that for my daughters, you better believe I'm going to do that.
Absolutely. I agree on that 100%.
Yeah, from that perspective, I absolutely agree. It was a great reference actually when you look at how Jerry Jones positioned his son. Anybody, from a nepotism standpoint, you got to put your people in position, to have the success that you want them to have, right? You don't want them to go through the struggles that you may have gone through. You want to kind of insulate them and shield them from it. But overall, watching him on the court, I think the product itself, like you said, maybe another year might have done well, and maybe we're grading him against such a high standard because of the name on the back of his jersey.
Yes,
he'll never be LeBron James. It's not going to happen. We can see that now. Like, he's not going to be, LeBron James. But what can he be? And I don't think that anybody's really giving him the opportunity to find out because of the grade that we're giving him right now.
He's got to develop.
Yeah.
He's in the best place to do so.
Do you see him as being let me ask this question. Do you see him as being a star or maybe just being relegated to being, a very serviceable guard, that can anchor a
role player,
develop into a great 3-and-D player. I think he can be one of those guys that really can lock in on a role and play great defense and be a knockdown shooter in time. I really believe that. As far as a superstar, I mean, who knows? I mean, all of that is opportunity. Mm-hmm. That's what people don't understand, man. Yeah. In the NBA, it's about opportunity. If you got the opportunity to go out there and make mistakes and play through mistakes, you're gonna be all right. Yeah. It's all situational.
He's a superstar now, to be honest. Like, if we really want to look at it at that point, in name, right? In name,
but we talking about game.
And that's the unfortunate part of our game, like we were talking about earlier, right? Like the name, for whatever reason now, is becoming a little bit greater than the actual game or the product that we're seeing on the court.
But give him time, though. Let him develop. For me, he just came off a major health situation, man. So that's why I can't really judge it and say, oh, he's this or that. I really would have liked him to go back to school and get that season under his belt and really build his own thing up. But but that's just my opinion.
Do you see in the foreseeable future of him actually having some type of longevity in this league? Because not only is he in here now, and obviously it's going to be time for him to improve, but there's always going to be that thought in the back of their mind, like, this is LeBron's son. Like, like, it's a lot of pressure when you got to live up to somebody. Because I heard them even comparing like Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan didn't want to put his son in the league because that's probably what they're always going to compare him to. Oh, like, you ain't no Michael Jordan, and that could affect your mentality throughout the years.
I've seen dudes with lesser talent play longer.
Mm-hmm.
The NBA is not about talent and who can do what. That's what I learned. This shit's not about who's better, who's this. It's all relationship based.
It's political.
It's all political, bro. Agents, people doing favors for a favor, man. You wouldn't believe what's going on behind the scenes. So to say, oh, he can be, you in a position of power, you with an agency that can wield some power. Yeah, I've seen players with less talent than Bronny stay in the league. So anything,
he's got a lot of power,
and he's young, and I really believe he's gonna be all right. It's just time, man. Right now he's recovering from that situation. I still believe in
the heart attack.
For sure, bro. Like you think you can just bounce back, and you gotta mentally, bro. Just mentally.
Yeah.
Know that your body can do it.
Yes, and then just dealing with all the. Imagine him just waking up and millions of people you don't know talking crazy about you, bro, for no reason.
Yeah.
So the mental aspect, bro. I mean, he's a pretty solid dude. I think he's gonna last because he's not gonna let that shit affect him, man.
Yeah, he'll block it out.
Who's a team that when you're watching League Pass or when you however you consume basketball, who's a team that you're looking at early on and going, damn, man, I didn't know they was like that. I think what I mean. Who's a team that's
probably Sacramento.
I
just like the way they run offense. We here at Next Level, we teach a lot of principles that they're running as well, right? Mike Brown is using that point series, and he's striking with that big that can pass and dribble, and they're creating a lot of easy baskets. I watch a De'Aaron Fox, and I just see how simple he's playing the game right now, and he's scoring a bunch, and he's scoring at a way easier clip than some of his counterparts around the league. He's getting easy buckets, back cuts, just walk in 3-pointers. Like, he doesn't have to break people down off the dribble as much because the system that they're running is getting them in one-on-one situations, without him having to burn all that energy. So it's the same thing we try to teach the kids. Let's just make the game simpler. Let's let the offense get you in a position to where you have the advantage and you're going downhill. So it just turns into a finishing drill instead of you having to cross somebody over and expend a lot of energy, bro.
Moving out the ball.
And I guess with DeMar being there, I guess that absolutely aids and assists because DeMar doesn't really need the basketball to score. He kind of just clutch.
And that footwork is
as a Knick fan, I know he's clutch.
Him and Brunson got the best footwork, I think.
They're tough covers, bro.
Yeah.
Tough covers. Underrated. DeMar's been underrated for a long time.
Yeah.
Man.
You hear about the shit with him and Drake? Did you hear about that?
Man, some people need to stay their ass on the sideline.
Talking about Drizzy?
Like, for real, bro. Like, bro, what's all this tough shit? It's tough because we in this arena and nothing can pop off. But if we said, all right, line it up, celebrity boxing, put the gloves on.
It's a wrap.
You know what I'm saying? The interaction and just talking crazy to somebody who really put on for the city like that. I understand your frustration, but he's not the one up there trading himself. He didn't trade himself.
Yeah.
And if you ask him, he wanted to be there. So for you to be talking crazy and out of pocket like that, it's like, dog, you ain't got to do that. And no disrespect to Drake. I know you the ambassador, you doing your thing, but like, that's something you ain't have to do. I don't know. Maybe there's something else going on that I'm missing that he probably.
From what I understand, and I was missing it, so I kind of I'm late. I'm old. I ain't the young boy anymore, so I gotta get my information from my daughter and all them. So they was giving me game. From what I understand, right, is that DeMar DeRozan was at that Kendrick Lamar pop-up show. Dancing on stage while he was singing "They Not Like Us."
It's fair game then. Excuse me. I apologize.
He was in the video too.
Yeah, he was in the video.
I apologize, Drake. I apologize. Excuse me for
they
talking.
They say he was dancing on Drake's grave, walking or whatever he was doing on stage.
Excuse me for talking out of turn, Drake. It's up. It's up. He had all right.
It's all, like you said, it's all. If they put on the gloves. DeMar gonna piece him up. He's got reach, he's got the height, he's got athleticism.
I didn't know that information. That type of information. That's valuable information. Now you trying to dance to my demise? Then I would have said the same thing. Get out of here. You know what I'm
saying? But I keep it a buck. Like my take on it is just like it's not like Drake and DeRozan like grew up together. Like them niggas is kindergarten buddies, man. Like what now? You know what I mean? Like
from LA, right? Ain't he from over there? He from over there.
He's from LA.
And California don't play about DeMar.
That's what I'm saying. So,
Cali don't play about DeMar.
That's a tough situation, but I would have said the same thing then, Drake, for sure. Man, dance to the song that's to my demise.
Dancing to your demise. That's a bar right there.
You gotta say something. You gotta.
What do you think of Cleveland this year, man? I'm paying close attention to Cleveland. What intrigues me about them is, I've been wanting Spider for a while before they got Brunson, before the Knicks made all these moves. We were really
that was wild.
We were really we was really campaigning to get Spider. A couple of years, him learning to play with Garland, Mobley learning to play with Allen. You bring in not Strus. Who's the other dude from Miami? Caleb Williams. You're bringing all these little pieces.
Mm-hmm.
People are saying, "Is this real? Is this?" I think that shit is real.
That boy Mobley and Allen is.
Yes.
Mobley, man. Mobley is turning into like baby Bosch.
Yeah.
That's the difference. It ain't nothing that Garland and Spider's doing. They've been doing that for. That's how they rock. But it's Mobley, man. He's just become a more stronger finisher in the lane. He's expanding his game. It's just you watching another highly skilled big man, take center stage. So
it's funny you say that because the improvement from last year to this year is unbelievable.
It's out of this world, man. Just
unbelievable.
Confidence.
Unbelievable.
You know what though? I know you said Garland and Mitch and Spider is not. They've been doing that, but last year watching them. Because I played close attention to them, it felt like it was felt like you go, I go, and sometimes Darius would take a backseat to Donovan.
Yeah.
This year, it feels like they kind of learn how to both get their shit off without
Yeah.
disrupting the flow of the offense. You know,
That's the same thing that's got to happen to New York. You gotta
Yeah.
go through trial and error, right? You got to
Yeah.
figure out, okay, do I go or you go, or how are we gonna do this thing? You know what I'm saying? We got to figure it out. They figured it out now, so they just attacking. They just going and they not playing like apologetic, like my bad, I went. Nah, just go. You know what I'm saying? They the best duos, the best tandems, they don't play like that. They just go. It is what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? Like you watch D Wade and Bron when they were in Miami, they had that issue too.
Yeah.
When they first got together, it's like, do I go or do you go? Or you
Yeah,
know what I mean? Until somebody's like, look, bro, I ain't tripping. You go and I go. Like let's just go. And then they
Facts.
take off. That's what's going to happen in New York. Just let them settle for a second, figure this out. All right, they're going to be able to hide Cat on defense at some point. You're going to see it. Tibbs is a great defensive mind, and he's going to be able to get something out of Cat, especially being in the East Conference, right?
Yeah.
So the ball's a little different from West Coast to East Coast, right? It's not as many. It's not as many dangers as far as bigs in the East as it is out West.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He's gonna have his time over here in the East. The only person I can say that can stand in his way is Embiid, but that's a health issue too. Who knows? He may play one game and be out 7. You don't know. So you just got to be patient and let this thing, reach its apex, and things will work out.
Bill, how much of the on-court relationship is built and started off the court? Meaning, like just overall relationships, like friendships and doing dinners and things like that. How much of that is cultivated off the court?
I think all of it is. Imagine if we coworkers and we don't have a rapport with each other, how can we work together? How can we have a good chemistry at work? And I don't know you, you don't know me. We ain't never broke bread. I don't know. I don't even know what makes you mad. Like I may be doing something that, piss you off. How would I know? We ain't, got together and shared ideas and philosophies and went over things of that nature, right? So I think that's how it starts. It starts off the court, learning each other, figuring out, all right, boom, this is the type of person you are, this is the type of person I am. And I think when they get on the court, that allows for people to, take position on the court. Like, okay, I'm gonna lead then. My man, he's more laid back. I'm gonna just go get. I'm gonna start it off, and he gonna finish it, or however it go. You know what I'm saying? But I do believe that starts off the court. That starts with having those conversations. That starts with bonding and stuff of that nature. So.
Yes, very good. We're talking about some of the better teams: Cleveland, Sacramento. How surprised we are. Well, not surprised, but how they kind of separated themselves from the pack. You got teams that we thought might be better that just stinking it up, and namely the thing comes to mind is Milwaukee. What's going on in Milwaukee, man? You figure you got Dame. I know it's more than just 2 players giving the ball and letting them ball out, but you figure you got 2 perennial all-stars, and they stinking up the joint. What's your take on Milwaukee?
Oh, well, you tell me.
It sounds like he answered it, bro.
I'd say Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday not being there is one of my things.
Let's walk down this street.
Mm-hmm.
You got Giannis and you got Dame Lillard.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Who else you got over there? Bobby Portis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Portis.
Middleton.
Mm-hmm. He's hurt, but yeah.
Yeah, what's new?
You still got Lopez.
Mm-hmm. Brook Lopez, yep.
All right, so what are we doing? What are we doing to where we can't score, bro? What are we doing to where we can't defend? Is it just that we got these 2 and we got nothing else? I mean, this is still the same team that won almost the same team that won a championship, man. You still got. It's just like I said, man. A lot of these coaches are not advancing their craft. They're not putting anything new in.
Talking about Doc now.
I'm just saying, period. It's not just Doc. I mean, it's a pretty much all over the place. You get accustomed to having great players, and those great players can kind of do things on their own where you don't even have to add any spice to your recipe, right? But there does come a time like now where things aren't gelling the way they're supposed to be with those players. Now is the time for you to put your spice on it, remix it. All right, let's do it like this. Let's do, it's got to be something. We can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. That's insanity.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the definition
That's
of
a
it.
great point. That's a great point. And Doc has been around. One of the knocks on Doc has always kind of been, his postseason struggles. When I think he was with the Clippers, most notably, right? Is it possible that it's gone from postseason struggles to full season struggles? And like you said, maybe his time has passed as far as his coaching style and maybe his methodology.
But it's hard to win anyway. Like
Yeah.
y'all have no clue. You could be up 20 in the league, man. That shit ain't but 10 possessions. That's all it takes is for them to do 10 things right and you do 10 things wrong. And now quick that can happen.
Yeah.
Like it is tough to win, bro. It's just like the NFL. It's tough to win. It's tough. Every win is tough. So just that aspect alone, right? And you add it with, his postseason stuff. He had a lot of injuries, a lot of things. You need a lot of things to go right. You need a lot of luck as well, bro. You need a lot of luck as well. And it's just, I just think right now he's in a spell right now where his luck has kind of ran out. And I really just think this group, it doesn't matter who you have as a coach. If everybody's not bought in.
You played under Doc in Boston?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
If everybody's not bought in, it don't matter who's the coach.
Yeah.
So and a couple of the rumors that's going around, and we know that Giannis wanted to be a lifer, right? But there's rumors around there that they're saying he might just get traded to the Nets, and the Nets is kind of doing all right now. Do you foresee that happening, or do you think Doc Rivers will end up getting fired before Giannis is out of the Bucks?
I don't know, because we heard Dame talk all this stuff about loyalty and holding it down, and
In Portland.
That's why you got to be careful with, where you plant that flag at, man, because I watched Melo, come to the Knicks and say the same thing. He wanted to be a lifer. He loved New York, right? You see how that played out for him, man. There's no loyalty in this sport, man. You got to strike when you got the power to strike. And if he sees right now that this ain't gonna work out, then get out of there, man. What's the worst that gonna happen? They're gonna talk about you on SportsCenter for a few days. All right, cool. I'm out. Yeah. They're gonna boo you. They're gonna boo you every time you step foot in there. But they gotta look up and look at that banner you put up there too.
That's facts.
So
I think they're gonna tear it down, man. I'm pretty sure they're gonna tear it down. Probably try to stockpile some draft picks, blow it up, and start all over. Q mentioned the Nets. They do have a nice little team. We thought the Nets were going to tank this year. They got rid of Bridges. We got Cam Thomas, Cam Johnson.
It's still early.
Schroeder's doing his thing. They got a shitload of draft picks. They got Ben Simmons expiring contract.
Yeah.
It's still early. It's still early.
Yeah, it's still early until it's not. But you
settle down, right?
Would you think?
Well, Bill, settle down, right?
Nah, I'm telling you. Would you think he would be good on the Nets?
Why leave one fire and then go to another one?
Yeah.
Like, where do you see him at? Houston? I heard Houston, another place.
If I was him, you gotta come to Miami, man. It's the only place I think that kind of fits his personality.
I don't think they have the shit to get him. The draft capital or the players.
Not a lot of teams gonna have
enough to get Giannis
for Giannis, man. Yeah. Like what we talking about? That's
why I brought up the Nets. They got a ton of picks.
That could be possible. Probably Houston. They got a lot of young players, but you have to blow that core up. So you leave here and then go to another blown up spot and have to be like. That's why I just say sometimes it's just best to not even say things publicly, man. Just let it play out because now it's gonna be like, all right, you're gonna leave here and go where? Like you can go to an even worse situation.
Yeah, he's already put his teammates under the bus, man. You heard that press conference.
Crazy, bro. Like,
I was like, oh, he's mad. Like,
yeah,
He's
man's
really
trying
mad.
to win. Man's trying to win, and he understands that this ain't promised, and window can open and close in the same breath, right? So he tasted that championship, and he trying to get there again, man. So he ain't got no patience for that. He ain't trying to hear it from nobody. He trying to get back on the stage and be the best in the world. He ain't tripping about nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I love it. I love the mentality.
I was gonna say that. I think he's got like one of the old school type of mentalities where he absolutely loves the game of basketball and he loves what it did for him and he loves performing. He loves giving it to the fans and letting them see his talent and producing for wherever. Yeah, pause. That was wild. And letting them, you know.
So you want? I gotta mute your mic now for 2 minutes. Now you want?
oh man, I get it. You want to time out, B? You want to time out, son?
You out of bounds, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was way off base. I apologize to the fan. I apologize, Bill. I
don't
promise.
even want to talk to you for a few minutes.
I'm more mature than this.
It's all good, man.
I'm more mature than this, bro.
Yeah,
The younger viewers they go on.
Talk with your camera on.
Yeah, right. You know, shut the whole thing down. You know what I'm saying? Shut the whole shit down.
Nah, but
but the truth is, yeah, like you know, he's a player that absolutely has a lot of pride in his work. You know, and that's really all you can ask for. I think he'd be a great Knick.
But y'all already went and got Cat.
I know.
Let me just be outrageous for a second because there was actually on the back page of the paper out here.
Yeah.
They were saying that it could be Giannis to the Knicks. They're saying the grand scheme, the master plan from Leon Rose was to obtain Cat and all of the gay guys. It sounds far fetched, but you think could there be any truth to that in your opinion? Really? Oh shit!
Yeah.
Okay. Really?
You talking about Leon
You heard him earlier. He said this is all politics.
You talking about Worldwide West, all them boys over there? Come on, man. They making deals, man. They willing and dealing, bro. That he may be here. Oh, we love Cat. Yeah, as soon as we can get Giannis, he's gone.
Yeah.
Do you like that fit though?
What?
Me and Jay had this conversation.
No diddy.
I don't know if that fits. I know he's Giannis. I get it, MVP, the whole bit, but
you put him.
He can't shoot.
You put him and Brunson together, bro.
That pick and roll is crazy.
It's crazy. I
that ain't no pick and pop. That's pick roll and dunk your neck off.
Pressure, bro. That's pressure. It's gonna be a lot of open threes.
And
you're gonna be able to do a lot defensively and offensively. See, we had this conversation about Cat doesn't play defense. We don't know. You ain't getting that with Giannis.
Nah, he's on both sides. He's on both sides of the court.
That's
1,000%.
Whole trajectory right there. But
so you wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I wouldn't be waiting on it.
Yeah.
So it's like if it happens, then it's like whoa. But if it ain't happening, I'm like I knew. It's tough, dog. It's tough.
It's tough.
Yeah, because I think one of our downfalls is going to be, which I spoke about in one of our previous episodes, is that when Cat is shooting these 3-pointers, you don't have nobody to really hold to rebound at all because he's out there. He ain't gonna be able to do anything, unless we get like a lucky bounce of Josh Hart's there. But like, our tallest person after Cat is what 6'6". Do
you think he's a good rebounder?
Who?
Cat.
Not an offensive rebounder, defensive rebounder a little bit.
Defense, I mean, he's averaging a double right now. He's averaging,
but not offensive rebounder, no.
He's averaging 12.5. Let me apologize.
12.5. Probably 11 of those are defensive, right?
That's true.
Yeah. Because he's not in the paint.
Yeah.
So, all right, we put Mitch in there. Now you clog up the paint for guys like OG, Mikhail, Slash, and
But he's a great offensive rebound. We talked about Mobley and Allen. You see what he did to them a couple years ago. He gave them that. Mitch gave him some work.
Yeah.
So this is where Tibbs comes in.
This is where you need the coaching, the strategy. Yeah. This is where you get your money right here. How you fit these two players on the court together? How do you work that out? That's where that's where you're supposed to get it at.
And that's coming from. I'm sorry, just one more thing. That's coming from this. The first, and you said it the best early in the episode where all of this really is just that, right? It's trying to find out where each person fits up until around Christmas, and then you'll start to see a more finished product, and you'll start to see how this team actually is going to be for the remainder of the year.
Yeah, at around Christmas, it's like, all right, now we gotta roll now.
Yeah,
like now we racing to the All-Star break. We want to be in good position at the All-Star break to come out of the All-Star break, finish the season. Like you're starting to see the different stages of the season. Like right now, they're experimenting. Oh, he's not going to the bench because nobody on the bench has really solidified themselves as saying, all right, I'm ready. So it's up to the coach and it's up to the players as well. So somebody's got to step up and be that guy on the bench.
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate you spending this time with us. You always show love. I want to just talk about what you're into right now. I see the next level back. I need that shirt too. You gotta. I'll send you some papers.
Man, I gotta
Where
get something out to y'all, man. But I'm coaching and training now, man. So I'm down here in Hollywood, Florida, at Next Level Basketball.
Oh, you in Hollywood? That's close to Miami. My man live out there.
Yep. Training the youth, man, and giving back to the game, and trying to coach these players up the right way, and give them good habits on the basketball court, and help them improve as basketball players, and give some life lessons along the way, man. So, and that's what I'm into. Still, we talked about earlier, I'm back in school as well. In computer science, trying to finish that up. So, man, I'm just trying to stay busy, man. Stay grinding.
You mentioned coaching aspirations too.
Hey, I was gonna go there. Yeah.
Like I told you earlier, man, I'm trying to get in this game and really put this game on notice, because there's a lot of coaches that have gotten away with their reputation and not their tactical skills. You understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of coaches out here lying to these kids, going into these parents' households, lying to these kids, exploiting these kids so they can get another extension, or they can hang on and stay at one of these legacy schools or whatever. I'm trying to get in the game and shake it up. You know what I mean? And really, really be innovative and do my thing and show my stuff.
And actually care. Actually care about.
That's the thing.
Yeah, you'll actually care.
I tell the kids, honestly, I ain't gonna tell you a lie. So if you don't want to hear the truth, don't ask me no questions. You know what I'm saying?
And who better to hear from a former NBA player already? Been through it all, seen it all.
They
You know
ask
what I
me
mean?
about the journey. I tell them all, the good, the bad, the ugly. And they ask me about certain players. I tell them the truth. I tell them the truth about this game that they're pursuing. I tell them that there's different levels. That there's people out there, there's guys out there that really take this to heart. Like, this isn't a game to a lot of people. And I was one of those people. I didn't look at basketball as a game. I looked at it as a vehicle to get out of the predicament that I was in growing up in Huntington, West Virginia. Right? So when I stepped on the court, I wasn't playing. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming out here like I got something to prove. I'm trying to do my thing. You feel me? So I'm trying to let them know that, you got to put in this work. And you got to continue to put in work, because basketball is a game of failure, bro. People don't understand that. That in order to develop your skills in basketball, you have to fail over and over and over and over and over. And basketball weeds out the soft people, bro, because you're going to get enough of failing, you're going to quit. But the ones that stick with it, keep pushing through that failure, they develop a skill, right? Yep. That'll take you somewhere. It's just a microcosm of life. People want everything so quick. I did this, I should get a reward. No, it's just not how this thing goes, man.
Facts.
And I'm trying to tell the truth to people, man. You got to work. Nobody's going to give you anything in this life. You can't sit here and blame anybody. Nobody cares. They don't care if people being racist to you. They don't care if you had a bad draw in life. Nobody cares, bro.
Nobody
cares. Only thing that matters is results, right? And that's what I'm trying to get these guys to understand. You got to get out of your own head, and you got to put this work in, and you got to be dedicated every day to getting better. Even if you're not at the gym, I'm at home. I'm gonna work on my form shooting.
Yeah.
I might go for a run. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get some work, and that's how you gotta be.
That's it. That's game. We're gonna leave it right there. Yo, I was in Hollywood maybe when I was over there, maybe 3 months ago. And I'll be there. I'll be there in the summer when I come down there. I bet you a beef patty with cheese. I could beat you 1-on-1, man.
Nah, son, you're lying.
Pause.
Listen,
Wait, pause.
Listen, I just fried a kid up before I came here. He come to me, oh yeah, I think I can get you 1-on-1. I said, listen, I just retired, bro. I said, it's done, still hot.
Yo, Bill, when I get out there, I'm gonna call you. And next time you come on the show, you're gonna be like, nah, it wasn't no Karan Butler. Motherfucking Cash is the hardest dog you ever had.
You hear him now, right?
We got it. We got it on tape.
Record it. I'm gonna record it, and we gonna hop back on here, and we gonna give a play-by-play.
Facts.
All right?
No, that's it. Yo, that's it. Yo, fuck that. Yo, I got a better one. Yo, Jay, it's gonna be me and you versus both of them, bro.
Oh, God.
That's it.
Nah, y'all taking the L.
Not
man.
even close.
That's an L, bro.
Yo, that's them talking. That ain't me.
I'm trying to tell you, man. This jab step. Listen, I may not be able to get off the ground and dunk, but this jab step lethal, man.
Crazy. Triple threat.
What? I didn't been in them mellow sessions, man. I know how to jab,
man.
dog.
Yeah, bro.
Crazy. Nah, that's crazy. Yo, we got mad love you, man. I appreciate you.
I always appreciate it.
Always come
Man, I
show
appreciate
love.
y'all, man, for sure. I appreciate
And
y'all.
we
man.
support you. Anything you need, you know my number.
sir.
Holla. I got you.
My man, hit me anytime, man.
Big bro.
I'll hop on here, chop it up, break bread with y'all, man.
No
Love
doubt.
the show.
Thank you, brother.
Supporter of the show. I appreciate y'all for
We
having me,
support
man.
you. Real
got
talk.
it, man.
Sir.
Thank you, my
Anytime.
brother.
All right,
Peace.
y'all.
brother.
Yes, sir.